Just going through more of my notes here, and I've got Heart Improv. I think I must have been watching something on the comedy channel the other day, and I did a thing down at, was it Lismore last year, called Funny in the Head, and there was some comedians like Bev Killick and Will Anderson and Mandy Nolan, amazing comedians, and it was very much about, talking about what sends us funny in the head, and I spoke about emotional fitness and there's bad funny and good funny, stuff that makes us feel unhinged and stuff that makes us relax and laugh. And yeah, I remember sitting with my husband just watching these comedians on stage after I did a talk at the breakfast, and just watching them just open the libraries of their heart and talk about, I think often the funniest humour is when people can actually have a go at themselves and make fun of themselves and not take themselves too seriously. It's really admirable. It's really engaging. Billy Connolly and Robin Williams do it beautifully, as do those comedians I was just talking about. And I suppose, what I do in a way here, what I'm doing is heart improv. And it's just a way for me to work out emotionally, and that is to just, look at little things I need to talk about, things I need to learn about, things I need to review. Because I'm, as you know, I'm about to write my third book and put a lot of these things on the page, but I really want to just review and check all I've learned in the past decade and take my own advice and also to up my level of emotional bravery. And there is no script here. I just turn on and show up for me, and I'm just wondering in your life, we spoke about the little prayer rug earlier. That's where I go to collapse and fall apart and cry. And it's a beautiful little place. I meditate there. I have great insights there. I do get beautiful meditational visions there. And I also, when I'm afraid and overwhelmed, I'll drop to my knees, surrender, put my third eye to the floor. And if I just stay there still enough and let go of all thought and all action, it's almost like this gentle fountain of cool bath water comes through to my third eye, and I don't care if it sounds a little bit mumbo jumbo. It calms me. I can find a sense of calm. I can reboot and reset the brain. So when we have a look at the fact that we can get stuck in fear and get stuck in loops, some of the best conversations we have with those we care about are the ones where we didn't plan it. We just end up wandering into an area of conversation and unpacking a subject or an issue that you didn't plan on, but you just end up there because the heart feels safe and you just talk and you show up. And those conversations are when you don't gossip about other people or other things. You just, of course, we all reference what other people are doing, but we take responsibility and have a look at what we are doing. And these little vlogs are me doing some heart improv, just picking a library subject out and just showing up for me and having a look at how I feel about it. And then just not judging that. And, it's hard for me to play this back, when I do. Perhaps sometimes I don't play it back for a week later. And to not look at the lines and the grey hair that needs colouring and the gobbly business that happens down here, and I should have brushed my hair more or coloured my eyebrows in or put a bit of, all that sort of stuff. And that plays, the vanity plays, the ego plays. And then if I just stay present and let all the fear and the ego and vanity fade away, I can actually hear my heart and log in. And emotional fitness is very much about us being emotionally available for ourselves and showing up for ourselves. This is something that I've set up in my own home. You can do this if you've got an iPad or you've got a camera, you've got a photo booth, you can do this. And it's, it would be interesting for you, let's say, for example, you've got an issue with your kids or your lover or someone at work, for you to tape yourself talking about your problem and talking about what's going on for you. Because we all know other people's stuff is really easy to see, but when you're in your own, it's hard. You ask a goldfish, how the water is, a goldfish will say, what water? They're in it, they can't see it. But when you play back your issues and you're listening to you or what you think or how you feel, you can actually then sit. It's almost like you can see the whole elephant. You can see the aerial view of who you are, and perhaps take some of your own advice or develop some muscles of compassion and work on cutting back the fat of judgment and harshness and just seeing yourself as a fellow human being who's just trying to find their way, and be brave-hearted. And God willing, it takes a lifetime to master, and any little tool that we can find along the way that helps, whether it's a prayer rug or, some mirroring exercise, which is what we're doing here, but we're just doing it with language as well. We've all got to find a way through our fear.